Fractions with unlike denominators. I can add or subtract fractions with unlike denominators. So each student is going to get one of these. We're going to glue it in our notebooks. In the download section or in the worksheet section, there is a sheet for you to download and print. You're going to glue in the section that says fraction operations. That's the part that's going to be glued on. So then these are little flaps. So it'll look something like this way, glued in. So these flip over so you can see add and multiply, subtract and divide. Can you solve this problem? The answer is yes, because each of the pieces are cut into the same amount. They each have the denominator of 8. So we can solve this one. We can just go ahead and add the tops and say 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11, plus 1 is 12, and we would get 12/8. And we can always switch that back and saying that's 1 4/8, which can be simplified to 1 1/2. So they can all be added because they were cut into the same pieces. But the ones we're going to deal with today are like this and they're not cut into the same pieces. So here's your steps that you can write in your flip chart. When you add, you must first find a common denominator. If they already have a common denominator, great. If not, we need to find one and make an equivalent fraction. 2, we add, and then in the end, the denominator stays the same. It's the same directions for subtracting. So in the right corner, write subtract, find common denominator, subtract, and then denominator stays the same. So let's go ahead and try one. This is the example right here, and you can be doing it on your flip chart while I do it on the next sheet. So first of all, you will see them written like this. I kind of want you to get in the habit of writing them vertically. It really helps to find equivalent fractions. So let's look at this. 4 and 3 are not cut into the same amounts, so I need to cut them into the same amounts. So I need to think of a multiple of both. Well, that would be 12 and 12. So then I need to ask myself, whatever I do to the bottom, I must do the top. Well, 4 times 3 got me 12, so I need to go 1 times 3. And I do the same on the bottom. 3 times 4 gave me 12, so 1 times 4 gives me 4. Now, since the denominators are the same, I can add the numerators. 3 plus 4 is 7, and the denominator stays the same. So hopefully you have that written right here on your flip chart. Now we're going to go ahead and do this one. 5/8 minus 1/6. You'll see it written like this in your assignment today, but I do again want you to get in this habit. So let's take a look. We need to find a common denominator. So I need to start thinking, if I struggle with this, make a list. 8 of your multiples. 16, 24. Ooh, can 6 can't go into 8, 6. So if I did 6's, it'd be 6, 12, 18, 24. There's my common denominator. So if I struggle finding common denominators, list out your multiples. So 24 is my common denominator. Ask myself how I went from 8 to 24. I times by 3. So times the top by 3. 5 times 3 is 15. How did I go from 6 to 24? I times by 4. So I must do that to the top. And I get 4. 15, now we got to look at this. This is minus. 15 minus 4 is 11 24ths. The last thing you want to ask yourself is, can 24ths be simplified? The answer is no, so that is my answer. Let's try one more. So just turn to the next page in your notebook, and I want you to try this one. Stop the video now and try it, and let's come back and check. All right, so I have 3 over 5 minus 2 over 7. Let's see here. I could go 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. Oh, there's a 5. So the common denominator is 35. Again, if you're unsure, get out your planner and look at your multiples or write down your multiples. 5 times 7 gives me 35, so 3 times 7 gives me 21. 7 times 5 is 35, so 2 times 5 is 10. Again, I need to subtract. I'm not adding, I'm subtracting. 21 minus 10 is 11, and my denominators stay the same. Again, there's nothing that can go into 11 that can also go into 35, so that is simplified, and I'm done. So your assignment today is page 224, 5 through 21, and I want you to write them looking like that.